Alright guys, Paul Reese here, DPRS Unlimited, little guy helping the little guy. Got a really exciting video for you here today. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about turning your passion into your profit. Now today's video is going to be a really long video, so make sure to buckle yourselves in, get yourself a notepad, notebook, because we're going to be going over a lot of information. Now I'm going to try and do another series of shorter videos to break down all these topics that we talk in this video and maybe get into them in a little bit deeper detail to help you out a little bit more. But I believe as my viewers, you guys are people like me, so that basically all you guys need is the information, so that way you know what you don't know, so you can get out there and you can start studying and researching, and you guys will figure it out from there. So that way I can get you guys started making money from your passion. Let's get to it, guys. So this video is going to cover basically everything you need to know from start to finish to make your passion into your profit. Okay. So what this video is going to cover is, one, what are you passionate about? We're going to do a few quick exercises to figure out what you're passionate about. I want you guys to make sure that you stop the video and actually do the exercises. I know you're like me. You want to just power through it, watch the whole thing, see all the information I have available, but the exercises are very important, and the rest of the video kind of depends on them, so make sure to do the exercises. We're going to be talking about infopreneuring, getting you a little bit of introduction on what that is. I'm going to talk to you about adding value, getting ready to monetize your message, marketing, because it's very important, sales, and tracking, and then give you a few final thoughts from me. So to get started on it, what are you passionate about? Okay, so these are going to just give you a few questions to get you started. What I'd like you to do is write down these questions, then pause this video and give yourself some time to answer them, at least 10-15 minutes, okay guys? So what are the questions? First, the question is, what do you love to do? Okay, so go ahead and actually pause this video right now, write down the answer to that question. What do you love to do? Doesn't matter, you know, right now you're not thinking about money, just what do you love to do on your free time? Now that could be sports, video games, you know, going out to the bar with friends, going out to the movies. What do you like, what do you love to do? Okay, pause this video and write that down, guys. Back? Did you pause the video? I'm watching you. I know you're like me. Pause the video. I'll wait. Alright. So anyway, guys, hopefully you paused the video, hopefully you're back. So question 2, what would you spend your time doing if you never had to worry about money again? So if you had all the money in the world, never had to worry about money, money was just flowing in more quicker than you can ever spend it, what would you spend your time and your days doing every day? So go ahead and pause this video, take a quick second, write that down. Alright, back guys. So question 3. What would you do even if you never got paid for it? So even if you never were ever to get paid for doing this, what would you do anyway? And again, that can be the same things as the things you loved. Go ahead and pause the video and write that down. Alright, so hopefully you're back. Last question, guys. What kind of stuff do you do that makes you lose track of time? Okay? Write that down. What kind of stuff do you do that makes it so you lose track of time? You know, the stuff that when you're doing it and you look up and you're like, oh my goodness, it's already been 3 hours, I gotta go. You know, because you've got so lost in whatever it was that it seemed like you may have only been doing it for a few minutes when really you've been doing it for hours. What kind of stuff like makes you do that? So go ahead again, guys, pause this video, write that down. Very important to do this step. Alright, so hopefully you're back. Hopefully you paused that video, gave you a few seconds there. Now the second thing I want to talk to you about this, you know, what you're passionate about, is not to get things backwards, guys. Most people have things backwards. They go out and they find something that makes them money. They figure out, you know, what they can do for a living, and then they try and become passionate about it and try and put enthusiasm into it after they figured out that they can make money. It's really hard to become passionate about something. You know, you're either passionate about it or you're not. So really, realistically, what you should be doing, and what everybody should be doing but they don't because they have it backwards, is you should find something that you're passionate about, something that you love, something that you enjoy, and then figure out how you can turn that around and use that to make you money. That's the real key to things, guys. If you want to make real money in this life, you need to find something that you're passionate about and then figure out how you can use that to make you money. Why? Because since you're passionate about it, you'll do it anyway. You'll put that hard work and those long hours in without getting tired and without dragging on because, you're used to it. You have, everything just there, that passion, that drive, you're going to do it anyway. So if you're getting paid for it, you're going to want to do it even more. And so when things do get tough, and they do, guys, as an entrepreneur, things get very, very difficult sometimes. And when those difficult times happen and those things that would normally stop people happen, it won't stop you because you're passionate about it. And so you'll want to keep going, even though, you might not be making money at the time. So, sorry to go off on a tangent there, guys, but I get really passionate about this. So, excuse me. Third thing, I want to talk to you about misconceptions. So, first thing, I promise you guys that you probably already know enough to start making money at it. Whatever it is, whatever you love to do, I promise you that you probably already know enough to start making money at it. The problem is that most people don't think that they know enough to start teaching people to start making money, and they really do. So another misconception people have is work isn't fun. They think that, they can't make money from their passion because you like to play video games, or just because you like to play sports, or just because you like to do MMA or whatever it happens to be for you, that you can't make money doing that. You enjoy it. Work isn't fun, it's work. If it was fun, it wouldn't be called work, it'd be called play. And, you can't make money playing, but really you can. So that's the second misconception that I want to get you out of your head, guys, is, you don't have to work to make money. You can play to make money. So, last thing I want to talk to you guys about is, a lot of people, they have passions like singing, they have a passion of music, they have a passion of, MMA fighting, they have a passion of playing sports, and, their main problem and their thing is, is what are the chances that they're going to be a singer or a professional MMA fighter or, a professional football player? The chances of that happening are slim to nil, so they think, the chances of me making money at this are, slim to nil. I shouldn't even try. I should go out and get a job and, do this on the side, have fun with it, whatever, and never really pursue anything with it because, I'm never going to be a professional singer. I'm never going to be a professional football player. And, I don't doubt that you'll never be a professional singer. I don't doubt that you'll never be a football player, because very few people actually get that opportunity, even people who've tried their entire lives. But there are other ways, and there's more ways than just that one way of becoming a professional singer or a professional MMA fighter to make money at those things, There's a lot of people out there that are interested in music, that are interested in MMA fighting, that are interested in sports, that'll come and read your information that you have, the stuff that you're learning, that'll like to use the same equipment that you use if you're good at your sport, or, you're good at singing, or, you're good at whatever it is you do. There's people that'll want to use that same equipment that you have, and there's money to be made there, okay? So don't get caught up in thinking that there's only one way to make money in the thing that you're passionate about. There's definitely more than one way to make money there, and you just need to kind of break out of that box and try and think, what else can I do to make money with this passion, okay? So, next thing I want to introduce you guys to, especially, those people who are thinking like that, is infopreneuring, okay? So, what is infopreneuring? Well, infopreneuring is selling your ideas, taking your mind and turning your mind into money. So, who wouldn't want to monetize their brain, right? You have it anyway, might as well use it to make you money. So, first thing that I want to tell you when it comes to infopreneuring is people want to get to where you are. No matter where you are in life and you're whatever it is, if you have a passion, something that you love to do, and you do it on your free time, you're probably pretty good at it. And it took you a long time to get that way. So you've learned a lot of tricks, a lot of tips, a lot of ideas, went through a bunch of different equipment perhaps, and you've found up until now the best stuff that you found. And there's people who are where you were a few years ago and would like to be where you are now, and you can maybe help them out to not take 2 years, 3 years to get from where they are to where you are. You know, because you've learned a lot of tips and tricks and ideas along the way that can get you there, get them there faster. So people want to know what it is that you know, and all you got to do is figure out how to package that and sell that to them. Okay? Now, why should you choose infopreneuring? Because it's very cheap to get started. Okay? It doesn't cost you anything to pick your brain. That information's all there anyway. So infopreneuring is a great way to get great place to start if you don't know where to start, or you don't have very much money to start, and you know you want to start making money with your passion without having to spend thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars even starting your own business that could potentially fail. Infopreneuring is usually free or very, very cheap to start. So that's a reason why you might want to choose infopreneuring, to turn your passion into your profit. Now, another reason is almost anyone can do it. It doesn't matter who you are, what you do for a living, or, you know, whatever. Right now, I promise you that if you're like 99% of the people out there, that you love something and you're good at something, that people want to do it. People are, you know, searching the internet for that information. All you got to do is get in their way a little bit and show them, you know, hey, I'm here to teach you. Okay? So if you want to be an infopreneur, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to start turning your passion into your profit, there's a lot of things that you're going to need to do and to learn. And again, this video does not encompass everything, but I expect you guys to be smart enough to go out and study this stuff in intensive detail so you can get started right away. Again, I will try and come out with another small series of videos to help explain this stuff a little bit more in detail, but we're getting ready to get into the more complicated stuff. Okay? Now, first thing that you want to make sure that you're going to do, okay, and I tried to put this in order the best I can. The only thing that I think I left out of this video is business planning. You are going to need to learn business planning. I highly recommend going to the Small Business Administration. They have a lot of information there when it comes to business planning, free classes, free PDF downloads. Go to your Small Business Administration. They're there to help you get started, okay? Now anyways, other than business planning, this is from start to finish how to make your passion into your profit. Okay? So first thing that you're going to want to do is, once you've decided what you're passionate about, you're going to want to start adding value out in that marketplace. Okay? So be prepared to give people more than what they paid for, because that's what's going to make them come back. Hold on one second. Sorry guys, kind of a long video. I need to drink there. But anyways, so give them money, guys, or don't give them money, but be prepared to give people more value than they give you money. And the reason is because nobody likes overpaying for anything, and everybody loves to get a deal, okay? Everybody loves to get a deal. So if you give people more value and they feel that, you know, you've given them $100 worth of information for only $10, or, you know, you've given $1,000 of information for only $100, or somewhere along those lines, if they feel that you've given them more than what they paid for, and you do that consistently with everything that you give to them or everything that you sell to them, they're going to keep coming back to you, because everybody loves to get a deal. You know, they might even think that they're taking advantage of you because they're getting such a good deal. And, you know, that's how you get reoccurring customers, people who come back time and time again, is by adding value. Now, another thing is you want to start doing right away is establishing credibility. Now again, infopreneuring, you're trying to make money out of your passion, and it's because you know a lot about it. So get out there and start to add value to the market by showing everybody that you truly are an expert when it comes to your topic and your subject. Okay? Now, places that you can do this, places that for free, are like YouTube. You can start a free blog, you know, by using Blogger.com. I like Blogger because they're indexed by Google, because they're owned by Google, so it's really cheap and free advertising as well. If you want a more advanced blog, you can pay for one using like WordPress. WordPress is a free blog, but usually you need hosting software for it. So paying for a hosting software and a domain name, that stuff can be a little bit more expensive. If you want hosting, well, I'll talk about hosting and stuff like that in a little bit later in this video. But anyways, you can also do like podcasts, Facebook page, Twitter page, LinkedIn page, Pinterest pages, any other kind of social media. There's literally like hundreds of social media sites out there now. So Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn are probably the top 4 most popular ones that I definitely recommend locking in your business name in. So using those resources to establish credibility and show that you are an expert when it comes to your subject, just by doing the same thing that I'm doing here, guys. Give out, free information to people that they want to hear, that will add value to their lives and help them to get to where you are. So again, people want to hear that information. They want to get from where they are to where you are. So the information that you can give them, the tips and tricks, little things that you can throw out there, will help you to start establishing credibility with the market and showing them again that you are an expert. I know I repeat a lot of things, guys, but again, repetition is the mother of all skill. That's how we learn, is through repetition. So I'm going to try and pound these things into your brain so that way you learn them, and hopefully you can get on and start making your passion into your profit. Now, the next thing that you want to do once you started establishing credibility and you're out there in the marketplace, you're adding value to people's lives, you got maybe Facebook, YouTube, whatever out there, is you're going to want to start getting ready to monetize everything. Okay? One thing that you may want is a website. Again, WordPress is one of my favorite things when it comes to building a website because it makes it very, very easy to do. There's some videos I found online. There were some really good videos to help you get started when it comes to building a website. They were free. I used them to help me build a website because I'm not a website designer in any way. You can check out my website at www.dprsunlimited.com and go check it out. It's just a WordPress website that I threw together. And it probably took me, maybe an hour or two to get all that together. I'm adding some more stuff to there daily, so that way, it gets bigger and better. But the initial setup of it only took me probably about an hour, maybe 2 hours. Now, if you are going to get a website, you're going to need a domain name. I use GoDaddy.com. I personally just think they're the cheapest ones out there. I mean, they're cheap, they're easy to use. I don't use them for pretty much anything else, but I do buy my domain names from GoDaddy.com. I will put a link in my blog. I probably won't have all the links in my description below because that could get pretty lengthy, but all the links that I talk about in this video are going to be in my blog, and that's just simply dprsunlimited.com/blog. I will put that link in the description below so that way you can get to that quickly and easily. So anyways, GoDaddy.com to buy your domain name, very cheap. There's a lot of coupons out there. I'm going to try and get some coupons on my website for GoDaddy. I'm working on that right now for you guys so that we can get them out cheap. But if not, Google coupon codes or something, and I'm sure you'll find something on there for GoDaddy that we can get you GoDaddy for cheap. You're going to need hosting software if you're going to build your own website, especially if you're going to do it through WordPress. WordPress makes it easy. HostGator has really easy integration with WordPress, so I recommend HostGator. They're my favorite hosting software. They're the ones that I use personally. Again, you can check them out on my website and see how fast they are. If you don't know what a hosting software is basically, or a hosting company is, basically a hosting company is just the person who allows your stuff to go from your personal computer onto the web. Okay? Now, if you are going to use HostGator, there's going to be a link in my website on the blog that I do for this video, and again, it's dprsunlimited.com/blog. But if you go and do use HostGator, I can get you HostGator for 1 penny. Now, that's on for the first month, a 1 month trial for 1 penny. Just enter coupon code DPRSUnlimited. Okay, and if you like it, you're going to go ahead and get started right away, and you want to buy a package, you can get 25% off by typing in DPRS Unlimited 25. Now, that will pay me. So just so you're aware, that's my little disclaimer. You will be helping me out if you get HostGator and you enter in either of those coupon codes. So anyways, so you may want to start yourself a website. If you don't have the money to start a website, let's see, hosting costs probably I think $10, $15 a month, and WordPress is free. So website, you're looking at like, yes, and domain name is probably going to cost you $10 to $15 a year. So you're looking somewhere around $15, $20 a month to start your own website. So if you don't have that kind of money right now, and I know some of you don't need a website. Start, something free with just blogger.com. Works just fine, and you get starting monetizing that way as well. Now, again, let's see. I already talked about WordPress, make website creation easy. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is you need something to sell. So I know that can seem simple and a little bit, just why are you even telling me that? But it's obvious, but it gets overlooked a lot more often than you think by people who are passionate about something. They want to get some information out there and they want to start telling people and everything, and they don't have any products or anything to sell. So, no matter how much traffic they get, they might be getting millions of people to come look at them, but they don't have anything to offer those people, so they can't make any money on it. So you do need something to sell, guys, whether that's an informational product that you put together. Well, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little bit out of order, getting ahead of myself. So, one thing that you can start selling that's easy to do is affiliate products. Now, Amazon has an affiliate program. Again, I'll include that link in the blog. But Amazon has an affiliate program, and anything that they sell on Amazon, you can sell as an affiliate and get a commission from it. Now, the commissions may not be super fantastically high, but something's better than nothing. And these can be products that you use every day, for whatever your passion is, whatever you love to do. Books you read, they can be, like on my website, for example, I have books that I read. I love to read books. I know people like me love to read books, so I have the books that I read. They're cheaper than you can get them in Barnes & Noble because they're off Amazon, and I get a little bit of a commission every time somebody buys them. Again, commission's not that great, but something's better than nothing. So, also other affiliate programs are things like clickbank.com. And I can't think of any more off the top of my head. I'll include at least a few affiliate programs, links that I use personally in my blog. And then I found this website that's really, really cool. Has a list of like hundreds of affiliate links. Or I'm sorry, not affiliate links, hundreds of affiliate programs that you can enter to. I'll also include that link in the blog as well. So, another thing you can do is start designing your own products. These can be, books, tapes, CDs, videos, anything like that. You can start designing your own products. Maybe you're an inventor and you like to invent something brand new, even completely altogether. And that in and of itself takes a lot longer, so I wouldn't recommend starting by designing your own products. I recommend starting with maybe affiliate programs, things like that, and then integrate into starting designing your own designing your own products and things, because that can be expensive and can be quite costly. So as you're making money through those affiliate programs and things that give you more time to work on product development and working on things for yourself and designing your own products so you can get your own brand image out there. Because eventually it is necessary. Writing a book, I know I talked about it a little bit already, but this can be a very helpful tool to making you a lot of money, and building credibility, because, once people see that you're an author, and it really establishes you as an expert in your field, because how many people do you know who've written a book? And it really doesn't take that much to write a book. A lot of people, make it seem a lot harder than it is. Realistically, guys, try and come up with 5 to 10 chapters of, 5 to 10 pages each. That's 5 main ideas and a few subjects, a few paragraphs on each subject, and you have yourself, a 50, 100-page book that you can sell for a few bucks on Kindle. So, or you could even give it away if you're just using it to establish credibility. Or you give it away to, generate traffic to your newsletter, which is something we'll talk about in just a second. But one last thing that I want to say about monetizing and choosing affiliate products, things like that, is make sure everything you do fits in with whatever your passion is. Okay, just for a second, I'd like you to imagine Marlboro selling baby food, Marlboro cigarettes selling baby food. I don't really think that their baby food would sell so well because I don't see them as a very healthy company. I wouldn't want to give that to my child. And just like that, you don't want to be seen like Marlboro trying to sell cigarettes. If your passion is golf and I'm going to your website to learn about golf, don't try and sell me stuff on football. Sure, I may like football or you may like football, but you're telling me about golf. I'm coming there to learn about golf. I don't want to buy a football. So just make sure everything kind of coincides and goes together and flows. If your stuff's about sports and you're teaching me all about sports, football and golf may go together, but if, you're trying to niche it down really, really close, then don't do that. So keep all your products aligned and together, things that make sense together. Don't just sell something because it has a high commission on it. Okay, so now, just because we've gone over a lot, let's recap real quick. We went over and we've decided what you're passionate about. Okay, you've learned a little bit about entrepreneuring and how you can get started, how to start adding value, building your brand, and establishing credibility for yourself. And you've got started by either designing your own products or choosing affiliate products that make sense with your niche. And I know I haven't really said that word, but niche is just, the small part of the market that you're trying to come up with. So, for example, golf is a niche, or sports is a niche, or real estate's a niche. It's just basically what you're passionate about. That's the thing that you're going to stay focused around. Okay, so if you hear me say the word niche, that's what that means. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to stumble across and you're going to need to learn is about marketing. Because it doesn't matter how good of products you have or how much money those products sell for, if people, or how good of information you have even, if people can't find you, they can't buy anything from you, and they can't learn who you are even because they don't know, they can't find you. So marketing is a huge part in getting people to find you. Now, there's a lot of misconceptions behind marketing, so I'm going to try and explain it the best I can. Marketing is the process in which you win and keep customers. Now, this video by far is too short to cover marketing, and you're going to see why in just a second. Okay, so what is marketing? Now, to start at the top, marketing starts with customer research. Okay, researching who your customers are, what they do, what they love, why they do what they do. Product research, mainly for developing your own products, things like that, but also has to do with affiliate products because you do have to research your affiliate products to make sure that they're good products. I recommend not selling anything affiliate or through an affiliate product that you haven't used or love using yourself. Okay, so product research is in with marketing, and competitive research, learning what your competitors are doing and how you can do it better. Okay, that's the first part of marketing. Second part of marketing is product development. Again, you can really skip this part if you're doing affiliate marketing, but product development, research and development, figuring out what your product's going to be, how to package it, how to send it out there, how to present it to the customers. So that all has to do with product development. Pricing. Again, if you're not developing your own products, you don't really have to worry about pricing. The products that you're selling through an affiliate program are probably priced out for you already. So, but pricing, is determining how much value am I giving to the market, and how much should I ask in monetary return for that? If you overprice your things, nobody's going to buy because, you know, they're not going to pay that much for what you have to offer. And if you underprice your things, doesn't matter how much of an expert you are, people aren't going to buy because they think that you're cheap, and so therefore you can't give them the kind of value that they need. Okay? Labels and packaging, again, you can skip this part if you're doing affiliate products, but labels and packaging is part of marketing, because how you package your products it says a lot about them. You know, like, let's see, for example, if I sent you something in the mail and you paid $1,000 for it, pristine crystal, say, okay, and I send it to you in the mail and it's a cardboard box with a little bit of tissue paper around it. Okay, you're going to probably be a little bit disappointed when that package comes. Now, say you bought that same $1,000 pristine crystal from me and I spent, you know, $5 extra on packaging, and it came to you in a nice, pretty, wooden-looking box with a pretty red bow on the top, and you opened it up, and inside, you know, maybe there was some confetti or, you know, some pretty stuff in there for you to look at, and it made it just stand out and pop. And it looked like it was presented and being handed to you on a silver platter because you just bought this pristine thing. You know, you're going to feel like you got a lot more value, even though it's the same object. That packaging and that box around it, that labeling means a lot to people. You know, think about it. If you go out and you bought a cell phone and they handed it to you in a paper bag, you're going to think a lot less of that cell phone than the cell phone that you get in the box with the instructions and the charger and all that good stuff. So, you know, packaging can really make or break reoccurring sales. Let's see, distribution has to do with marketing. So how are you going to get your product from where you are or where your product is to where your customer is? Things like FedEx, UPS, those kind of things, they all have their advantages and disadvantages. Again, if you're selling affiliate products, you may not have to worry about this as much, but you guys are probably going to be designing your own things anyway. Sales is very important in any business. Don't be afraid to, I do include sales and marketing, but you know, it really should be a category in and of itself. But you know, make sure to learn sales. There's a lot of sales techniques and information out there. You need to learn sales if you're going to be selling to people. And even if you're selling information, what you're doing is you're selling yourself, guys. So you need to learn those sales techniques and those sales ideas, and you know how to do those things. One last thing on sales is there's a lot of great free information out there. One of the best books I've ever read, it's available on my website, shameless plug there, guys, is Pitch Anything by, sorry, hold on, I can't remember who it's by. Pitch Anything by Oren Klaff. Here it is right here, so that way you can see it. He is just an expert when it comes to sales. I love that book. So make sure that you're learning sales, guys, because it is important. It is part of marketing. And if you're not out there actually trying to make sales, you're not going to make any sales. I know that sounds redundant and stupid, but it's important. Customer service is part of marketing. Customer service can really make or break those reoccurring sales. If, you know, people don't like who you are, or, you know, how you handle your customer service, whether that be complaints or, you know, just from start to finish, them walking in your door, or, you know, giving you a call for the first time, to how you leave them. If they don't like your customer service, they're going to go choose somebody else, because somebody would probably rather be with somebody who doesn't know quite as much as you but knows how to treat them than somebody who knows a lot that treats them like shit every time they come in the door, you know, or every time they call them. I don't want to be treated like an idiot just because I don't know what you know. I want you to treat me good because I'm your customer and I'm giving you money to teach me what you know. Okay? Customer retention and potential customer info capture. That all goes with marketing. Let's see. And then it starts all over again. Back at the top with customer research, product research, and competitive research. So you're always researching, you're always developing products, you're always trying to sell. Just kind of a continuous loop there, guys. So now that you know a little bit about marketing, it gives you kind of an idea of some keywords to go look around and get some more information on how to start marketing customers into your business, guys. Marketing is very, very important. Tracking is very important in any business. If you can't track it, you can't make progress. So if you're doing things online, which most likely you guys are going to probably start online if you're trying to start cheap, you're going to want to track how many visitors you get compared to how many people are clicking on those links that you have up on your website. Okay? You're going to want to check how many visitors you're getting compared to how many signups you get for your newsletter if you have a newsletter. I highly recommend getting a newsletter. I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But a newsletter is very, very important because it turns those potential customers and those looky-loos into buyers. So, how many clicks are you getting compared to how many buys? You know, how many people are clicking those links compared to how many people are actually purchasing those? How many visitors are you getting all the way up until how many buys and visitors compared to buys? All these things, when you figure them out, that's called your conversion rate. How many people are you converting from potential customers into actual customers? And again, don't discount those people who are just looky-loos. So the next part we're talking about is turning looky-loos into buyers. Okay, the way to do that is usually through a newsletter, some kind of email capture system where I get your email, your phone number, and your name, or just your email and your name, and I keep in touch with you on a regular basis. So that way you get to know, like, and trust me, and you're more willing to purchase my products. Okay? So first thing you want to do is collect their at least name and email address. Those are the two most important informations that you're going to want to get from them, is their name and their email address. Now, how you do this, it's with an autoresponder, okay? It took me months to figure out that word so I could get started doing this. Save you guys months of time right there with that one word. Autoresponder is the word you're looking for when people are talking about email capture systems. So the autoresponder that I like to use, I use Constant Contact. Again, there's all the links that I talk about are going to be on my blog. Another shameless plug, guys. So I use Constant Contact. I find them pretty good. There's no email capture system out there that's perfect. A lot of stuff that you can play with on all of them. But they all have a lot of good tools. I like Constant Contact. They have customer support and things like that. And it's pretty cheap. I'm working on getting you guys coupons for Constant Contact as well, and once I have those, I will post them on my website. Let's see, it's best to give something for free in order to get people to sign up for your newsletter, because I don't really care what you have to say, but I probably want something for free from you because everybody loves free. Like, for example, on my website, if you go to my website and sign up for my newsletter, you get a free financial calculator to help get you started on getting from where you are to where you want to be. And that is valuable to people, so they're willing to click on it and download, give me their email address and their name, so that way they can do that. And then every email correspondence I send to them after that, I just make sure to add a lot of value to those kind of people, because again, I'm generating people to my website that are interested in the same stuff that I am. So if I talk about the same stuff that I'm interested in, then they're going to be interested in what I have to say. Very easy, right? Okay, now when you're using autoresponders, there's like a hair or something on my web hat there, but when you're using an autoresponder email capture system, one of the best practices that I can tell you is to have one of those little pop-up boxes. So if you go on my website, on several pages, you'll have a little pop-up that says, get a free financial calculator, click here, you know, and that little pop-up box increases the amount of people that sign up, almost, you know, quadruples it. It's ridiculous how much that it increases the amount of people who sign up for your newsletter than, you know, just a box on the side. So I highly recommend figuring out how to do that and get that up and running. So if you're using WordPress, I will put the link in the description on my blog for the software that I use to do that. So that way you can have that available to you. On your newsletter, it's very important not to try and sell. Your newsletter is there to build rapport with people. Again, just talk to them about the things that you like to hear about, things that you'd be interested if somebody else was saying to you. That kind of information, latest news, perhaps some tips, tricks, ideas, all that kind of stuff that I would like to hear. The goal here is to give so much information in those emails that even if they deleted everything in your inbox, everything in their entire inbox, they would make sure to go through and pick out your emails so they can save them and make sure to read them. Okay, we all get a lot of spam all the time, guys. You know which newsletters you like to open on a regular basis and which newsletters you just throw in the trash. And it's those ones that are trying to sell you things all the time that you throw in the trash. And those ones that give you information all the time and are never really trying to sell you much that you keep and you open and you look at. Because nobody wants to get sold all the time. But people love to get information and things for free. Now, again, just give that quality information that you want to hear. And one last thing I want to say, guys, is don't forget to sell. Wait, what? You just told me not to sell. So, anyways, what I mean by that is you do need to mention to these people that you do sell things every once in a while. Okay? More than likely, they signed up for your newsletter because they wanted some free stuff from you. They're looky-loos. They didn't buy anything, probably. So, what you're going to want to do is I'd say 7 to 14 emails. You don't want to do any more than that. Every 7 to 14 emails. Throw in something in there saying, oh, by the way, you can get free, or you can come to me for coaching if you want. You can pay for that stuff. Or don't forget to check out my book. It's available for sale here. Or we got some great products that I love to use all the time. You can buy them here. Those kind of things, every once in a while are okay because they'll see that and be like, oh, this guy gives me all kinds of information. He hardly ever tries to sell me something. This must be something that's good for me. And last thing to say on this, guys, is make sure it's something that's good for them if you're selling it to them. If I buy something from you and it is shit, I'm never going to buy anything from you ever again. Okay? But if every time you sell me something and I buy it, it makes my life easier or better in some way, every time you offer me something and every time I buy it, it makes my life better and easier. Every time you offer me something, I'm gonna buy it. Because you're always just trying to add value. You're probably not even just trying to sell me something. You're probably just trying to help me out. Okay? And that's what these people are going to be thinking. They're going to be like, oh, this guy's just trying to help me out. And sure, go ahead and give disclaimers, just like I give all the time. If you buy things from me, you're going to pay me. But it's okay, because I promise you're going to like the things that I buy, or that I'm selling you. Excuse my language, to get off on a tangent here. It's just crazy to me how some people, I get newsletters all the time that are trying to sell me shit, and I won't buy anything. I delete them right away. And most people are too lazy to unsubscribe from your newsletter. They're just going to delete it and throw it in the trash, and they're sending it out for uselessness. So anyways, sorry to ramble and sorry to go off there, guys, but this is easy stuff. Okay? It's simple. It's just people don't think about it like this. So make yourself some money. Get out there, offer some people some stuff that'll give them some value, and don't try and sell too much. Okay? So I hope this video has been helpful for you guys. Just want to give you a few final thoughts on everything. Real quick, just so you know and you're aware of everything we've went over today. Hopefully you've decided and went through and did the exercises and figured out what you were passionate about. Okay? You learned that there's something called infopreneuring, and you can take that passion and start infopreneuring it to make money. You learned how to add value to people, start building your credibility, building your brand, and getting your name out there. You learned how to get ready to start monetizing everything. Oh, real quick, pause on this. when it comes to monetization, make sure to check out AdSense. AdSense is very huge when it comes to making money from blogs, and when it comes to making money from YouTube. I highly recommend them because they custom make ads for you. Okay, now they custom make ads for other people, but you get money when people click on those ads, and they're usually trying to target their AdSense ads to whatever your website is about. Helps you out a lot. Okay, so make sure to check out AdSense. I'll include a link to that again in my blog. Check it out. Let's see. Sorry, you learned how to get ready to monetize. You learned that marketing is important. You learned to go study marketing because you need to get people into your website or wherever it is that you're trying to sell them at. Okay? You learned that tracking is important because without tracking, you can't improve on anything. Okay? And you learned how to turn looky-loos into buyers with a newsletter or an email capture system. Okay? So for my final thoughts on this, guys, is I just want to let you know, don't give up, okay? It's a long, hard journey. And, you know, that's why I want you to make sure that it's something that you love, because if it's not something that you love, it's going to be really easy to give up. You know, really easy to just let go and let it fall by the wayside. Because there's times as an entrepreneur where things get very difficult and things get hard and things get rough, and you know, you lose money, or you're not making as much money as you want, or you're throwing in all kinds of time and all kinds of effort and you're not seeing any results for it. And it's at times like that times when things get the most hard, that things are about to happen, but most people give up at that point. But if you're passionate about it and you're doing it because you love it, and you're doing it because, you know, not because it makes you money, but because it's something that you enjoy, then when times like that happens, it won't affect you as much, because you're still going to want to do it. You know, you're still going to go out and you're going to do it anyway because it's fun to you. You're not doing it just to make money. And, you know, being able to push beyond that point where most people would give up because it's hard and they're not making any money, just because of the fact that you're doing it because you love it, will get you further than most people go. You know, that's why most businesses fail after within 5 years, is because things get hard and they're not passionate about it, so they don't keep going. They don't learn those lessons because they don't want to keep going. They don't care, because they really kind of just have learned to hate entrepreneurship because of all the things that they've had to do, because it's very, very difficult, guys. Becoming an entrepreneur is hard. It's very hard work. So by loving what it is that you do, you're never going to have that hard work coming at you. You know, you're still going to have a lot of hard work. There's a lot of things you have to learn and that aren't fun, but you're going to want to learn them because it'll allow you to keep going and keep doing the things that you love. And the more time that you spend doing it, the more money that you'll make, and the more money that you'll make, the more time that you'll have that'll free up that you can spend doing it, and eventually you'll spend all your time doing just things that you love all the time, and very rarely have to do things because they're necessary. So and another thing, guys, second point, the longer you do this, the longer you try and take your passion and make profit at it, the more money you'll make, because you know, you start linking things and you start creating this web, and it's like a snowball effect. You know, you take this little itty bitty snowball that you have, you know, called your passion, and you figure out how to start making money on it by rolling it down this mountain. And eventually, by the time it gets to the bottom of that mountain, that snowball is huge because it keeps collecting and getting momentum and getting bigger and stronger as you go. And that's how it is. As the years go on, people find you easier because, you know, you start showing up in Google because of all the different content you've put out there. Not even because you're good at search engine optimization. Just because you have so much content and so much information out there that you have this huge web to capture people who are interested in the same thing that you are, get them to come to you. And so more and more people start finding you, and as more and more people start finding you, more and more people start talking about you, and as more and more people start talking about you, more and more people can find you, and it just gets bigger and bigger and more exciting, and eventually, you know, you're like, wow, well, you're an overnight success. And that's really how it happens, guys. You know, overnight successes aren't overnight successes. It takes a long, hard process, but that last little bit happens so quick that, it's just ridiculous. So people view you as an overnight success, and then that's when you're going to have people coming to you telling you how lucky you are to be where you're at. And you're going to be saying, what I had to do to get there? Whoa. If you knew, bro. If you knew. And, but hopefully you're humble and you just take the, you're lucky. But, that's when that kind of stuff happens, guys, is after years of doing this. So, don't give up. Keep on going. Keep trying. Last thing I want to tell you guys is to never stop learning, okay? There's certain things that, as an entrepreneur, you're always going to want to learn about. One, that's your passion. Never, ever stop learning about your passion. One, because you're passionate about it, and I want you guys to study out there and be living your lives to the fullest and figuring out, what else you can do to make your passion even that much better. And two, because since you're monetizing your passion, you're going to want to keep learning about it so you can keep teaching others about it. It'll make you a lot more money the more you learn about it. And it's fun anyway. Another thing, guys, never stop learning about your competitors, because what your competitors are out there doing matters. If you're not giving more value or doing better things than your competitors, then you're obviously not doing your job right. If somebody else is doing the same thing that you are, but better, I'm probably going to go to them because they're better or cheaper or whatever it happens to be. But if you're always looking and seeing what your competitors are and how you can match it or do it better, then you're always going to have the advantage on them. In school, you look at other people's tests and everything, they call it cheating. In business, you look at what other people are doing, they call that research. So make sure you're doing your research, guys. Never stop learning about marketing, because getting people into your business is always important. I've noticed that one of the first budgets that people cut when they're starting to cut budgets in business is marketing budget, and it ends up hurting them so much more. That's probably the last budget you should ever cut, because if customers aren't coming in your door, then you're not going to sell anything. So make sure that you're spending your time, your money, and your effort learning about marketing, okay? Also about sales, because again, guys, if you're not good at selling, you're never going to sell anything, and if you don't sell anything, you can't make money. Repetition is the mother of all skill, guys. Slam it into your brains here. And the last thing that I want to make sure that you guys never stop learning about is leadership, because as an entrepreneur, you need to know about leadership, because it doesn't matter how small or how big you plan on having your company, whether or not you plan on having employees. As an entrepreneur, you cannot do it all on your own, so you need to be able to direct and lead people. The better you get at leadership, the better results you get from everybody around you, because the results you get really aren't dependent on those people around you. They're dependent on how well you are, or how good you are at leading these people and directing these people to giving you the outcome that you actually desire. Miscommunication is the biggest problem when it comes to being an entrepreneur, not being able to articulate clearly exactly what it is that you want from people, because people will strive to give you everything that they possibly can and work hard for you. But if you cannot articulate and tell them clearly what it is that you want through good leadership skills, then they're never going to be able to deliver to you exactly what it is you want, and you're going to be disappointed, you're going to be pissed, and you're going to be one of those people who go around saying that it's impossible to find good help, when really it's not impossible to find good help. It's that you're a bad leader and you don't know how to tell people what you want, so it's your fault you're not getting what you want. So that being said, guys, make sure to study up, make sure to learn, and until next time, guys, make sure to turn your passion into your profit.